Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chaos Pony, the official podcast of the Order of the Pony. I am Jason Steele, and I'm here with Robert Benfer. And Chris Alex. This is our 11th episode.
Hi.
Our previous episode was a little bit late.
It sounds like you're an NPR radio guy.
We're sorry the last
You sound like I'm an
late.
NPR radio guy.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chaos Pony.
This sounds like an NPR joke from someone who doesn't listen to NPR.
No, I every time I listen to WCF, they have NPR news stories cut in there.
Yeah, I do like NPR. It is quite relaxing to listen to.
And that is what you sound like. Welcome to Chaos Pony, episode number 11.
Next up on the program, our guest is Nathaniel Hall, who has written a new book about 101 recipes with kelp.
Thanks for having me on the show, Jason.
Thank you for coming. We really enjoyed your book. It was quite...
Well, it took me about 3 years to write it, and my wife gave me a lot of the inspiration for it, because she loves kelp.
Who doesn't?
My dog.
I gotta take a shit.
All right, so...
Not really. That was part of the bit.
Yeah. Nintendo has announced their new system.
Really?
The upgrade to the Wii?
Yeah. Or actually, they haven't announced it, but the announcement got leaked. I think they're announcing it in June.
So
The Wii 2, yeah. It's right
Wii
now
2?
it's codenamed Project Cafe.
Ooh, fancy.
Apparently, it's going to be more powerful than the PS3.
really?
Yeah, and
I like power.
Yeah, it's the rumors are that it's going to be full 1080p HD.
That's what I'm
Finally.
saying. They better start mixing that in now.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
5 years late on that one.
yeah, just a bit late. and they're also like the controller is supposed to be entirely different. It's going to be like an actual controller with two analog sticks and a 6-inch touchscreen.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
the controller is going to have an entire touchscreen, which, thinking about it, that seems like a great addition. Because think about all the games that are available on the iPhone and the iPad now and the way you can control them with a controller. That seems like a logical progression, moving away from the kind of inaccurate sort of waving the Wii remote around to
Yeah.
having a touchscreen to
I feel like I'm really driving a car.
Actually, the Mario Kart on the Wii is actually a little fun.
Oh, yeah, if you get the little steering wheel thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, I played it. I just like using the analog stick way more than the Wiimote.
Yeah.
And
Well, like I said-
I didn't realize how much I hated the Wiimote until after playing Super Mario Galaxy and enjoying it. But then I went and played Super Mario Sunshine with the GameCube controller, and it was just so much easier to control.
Well, like I said before, the Wii, you have to be in the mood to be active. It's not just a sit and play. It's a
Most
a
of
whole
it's sit and
experience.
play. I mean, you have to wave the thing around, but I mean, pretty much the thing
can
with
wave
the
my thing
Wiimote
around.
is what it ended up resulting in is just essentially the only move you usually do in video games is just shake the Wiimote. No matter what the instruction is, you just wave the Wiimote around. I love the Wii. I love the games on the Wii. Big Mario fan.
huge Mario fan over here.
But, yeah, I'm excited about the new Nintendo system. 2012 is the release date.
Don't screw it up this time.
I thought the Wii was an interesting system. I thought that was a progression that needed
The
to be
Wii was
made.
the first motion-based controller game, right?
Yeah, and I'm thinking that motion-based control for games is hopefully gonna die.
It's not ready yet.
And I'm hoping that Nintendo is the one who kills it. So
They brought it into this earth, they can take it out.
they hopefully.
What do you think about the PlayStation 3's take on it with the regular?
That's basically
controller?
it's the Wiimote, except it actually works.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's actually really accurate, and so it works exactly how it should. But still, it's
No, I'm talking about the actual controller.
Yeah,
like it's not that one with the glowing ball on it.
oh, what, the 6-axis?
Yeah.
No,
Like, where- do you
it's
think
the
that's-
same thing? I mean, it's basically. I'm assuming the next Wiimote is probably going to end up being like that, kind of having.
That's
the
what I'm
motion
saying. Do you think
control
that's
built in.
the way to
Yeah,
go?
that's a much better
systems?
way of implementing it, I think, because then you get an actual controller.
The only thing they need to do is improve the battery life on it.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to improve the battery life, adding a 6-inch LCD screen.
I think it should take 4 D batteries. They're bringing D batteries back for this thing.
D batteries, yeah.
Does anything ever use D batteries anymore?
No.
It's like the dead battery.
D batteries, oh my god. Yeah, that's
Remember those big flashlights that took like 20 of those D batteries?
No, pretty much everything's moved to rechargeable lithium ion.
Yeah,
That's
it's so cheap now.
It's not that it's just cheap. It's the best system because you don't have a memory for the recharges and.
Oh, remember the memory that you always had to kill your thing all the way down to kill the battery all the way down to till it's dead and then recharge it. I made the mistake once, and I remember when cell phones used to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the days.
Back in the day.
Back in the day when you had to charge things in a certain way. I mean, it's weird thinking about that. I mean, there are people growing up right now who will never have to deal with crap like that.
No. Yeah,
technology is moving so fast. It's within the last 5 years, all technology is entirely different.
Well, we were talking about when you bought that LED light bulb.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about LED versus incandescent and how
there was a light bulb that was burnt out in my hallway leading up to the office for like the last year. And
it was the worst possible place to be. It's just up
so
in the
hard
middle
to replace,
above the stairs.
But yeah, Chris came over and he got things done.
I know how to take care of business.
He knew how to set up the ladder because I had no idea how to do
I'm a real man.
He's a man.
He's a real man.
What about the next Xbox?
There's no announcements on that.
PS3?
No, none of the PS3 either.
DS?
It just came out.
What about the next one? What else do you got?
Ready for the next one?
Show me what you got.
Have you played on the 3DS, Bert?
Yeah, I played it in Best Buy for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I did too.
That's what
I
we
got
did.
tired of it.
Well, see, here's the thing that I went.
3D
and
hurts my eyes.
It doesn't hurt my eyes. I went and I played it, and I was like, "Wow, this works really well." But at the same time, I don't really. There's no games I really want to play on it.
They're coming out with a Resident Evil game that I might get the 3DS for. And then I forgot what the other one was.
I'm looking forward to Kid Icarus, but
I don't know what that is.
I wouldn't buy the system just to play that.
How much was it? $250?
Yeah, it's $250. It's just too much.
Yeah, I'll play games on my phone if I want a portable device.
Yeah, that's what I do now. Yeah.
Angry
That's what everybody
Birds.
does. Angry Birds.
Yeah.
That's the future.
So, Chris,
Yes.
you are now working at Film Cow Industries.
That's
this
right.
was your first week. How was it? What'd you guys do?
Well, Chris was late every single day. Literally every day.
You're like me.
I don't know why. I was just I was getting used to.
How on earth did you not get
He was
fired
late
from your
today to the
last job?
podcast.
My last job was. Yeah, that's right. Well, you were late too, Robert.
Yeah, but I was less late than you.
Less late than last week.
Yeah,
By the way, the
last week was
reason
bad.
the podcast was late last week is because my air conditioner was broke and it was 92 degrees up here, so I stayed away from the office and I didn't want to edit this because it takes me about 4 hours to edit the episode, so I did not want to sit up here for 4 hours in 92 degree.
It's crazy how many people are crazy about Chaos Pony.
Yeah, and to clarify,
they
we
need
don't
their
have
chaos.
a set release day. This is a podcast called Chaos Pony.
How many times do we have to explain that to you?
There's a day it usually ends up coming out on because of happenstance, but that's probably going to change too because I think we're going to change our recording day.
Yeah. I'd like to change it to during the week sometime.
Yeah.
During like the day. Now that I'm free during the day.
Yes, you're free.
I'm a free man.
and I don't edit the episodes, so stop bothering me. Bother Jason. People on Twitter are like, "Hey, stop tweeting." I saw Bob Saget. I made a tweet about that. They're like, "Stop tweeting about Bob Saget and finish the episode." I'm like, I don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
I show up. I talk for an hour.
How was Bob Saget, by the way?
He was pretty funny. He was very Bob Saget-y.
He's a clean comedian, right?
Yeah, very, very clean. It was
Kind of
a
like
clean, clean
family
show.
Full House. I mean, kind of like Full House. He's Danny Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much like Sinbad, you know.
Yeah.
Very clean.
Very, very,
I'm
very
making a
clean.
Sinbad reference. Nobody who listens to this is going to remember Sinbad.
Does he still do stand up?
Yeah.
He did a stand-up special a couple of months ago on Comedy Central, I think.
Yeah.
And he was on
Sinbad.
Celebrity Apprentice last year, I think.
I think Sinbad's funny.
I love Sinbad.
I like Sinbad too.
It's kind of sad he never he did a bunch of movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger and then
Oh yeah,
Well, he still has a chance.
Jingle All the Way.
I love that movie. I love Jingle All the Way. I genuinely like that movie a lot.
I got to get this action figure for my boy.
Oh man, I love that movie so.
It's Turbo Time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what movie I'm not gonna like?
What's that?
If I saw it, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I didn't even know about this movie until 2 days ago.
It was last night that I found out that I was on that I
When did they
saw
start?
the trailer trending on YouTube.
When did they announce us? When did the
I
trailer?
have no idea. I just saw the trailer. It was on YouTube today, like on
Yeah.
yesterday on the front page. And I was like, what?
And
I thought it was a joke at first. Like, I thought someone had made, like, a funny fake trailer or something until I clicked it. And it was like, oh, my God, this is real? James
this is
Franco
supposed-
is a scientist?
James Franco,
I
scientist.
I can't look at him seriously anymore.
Oh, man. This movie looks really, really bad.
Is
don't
it
have
supposed
to
to be
do-
the prequel to?
Yeah,
the
it's kinda-
newer
yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
The original series of Planet of the Apes movies was amazing. You had the original Planet of the Apes, which I think most
Take
people
your
know the plot
hands
of.
off me, you damn dirty ape!
Yeah, so the guy from the Earth travels into space and ends up in like some sort of wormhole or something and ends up in Ape World, which turns out to be Earth. And then there's Beneath the Planet of the Apes, which is the sequel, which is amazing. They end up in like Ape World underground. Yeah, Ape City. They end up in Ape City, and there's an area called the Forbidden Zone. And there's these telepathic apes who are trying to set off this nuclear bomb. It's amazing. It is so funny.
We
It
should
is
have
so
a Planet
great.
of the Apes marathon.
Yeah, and the
Somewhere.
Earth blows up. Like,
Ouch.
what was that?
I was changing position. And I accidentally hit the desk.
Yeah. Anyway, the Earth blows up. But in the sequel to that, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, a couple of monkeys have escaped the Earth exploding and end up in human times. And so it's like the plot of the first movie, just reversed.
It's the whole movie.
Yeah, so you have smart apes everywhere. And then there's Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, which all the world's pets have died off. And so people are keeping monkeys as pets, but they end up being super smart monkeys, and they take over the world. And so,
So we don't have dogs or cats, so we settle for apes.
Yeah. So there's
What about
then there's
birds?
Battle for the Planet of the Apes, which is the sequel to that.
How was that?
It's just the ape leaders and ape revolutionaries taking over the world, basically. It's-
Damn apes.
Damn
Yeah.
dirty apes.
Apes are assholes. And then the Tim Burton. Tim Burton.
And
ape
Tim Burton
movie.
made his movie, which is probably the worst of all of them. It's worse than Ape City and the Forbidden Zone and all of that stuff.
and
And
now we
now
got-
there's a Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I'm disappointed they didn't get
I don't know.
Marky Mark in the
Maybe
next
I'll-
one.
Maybe it'll be good. You can't play
think so.
God. But this can change the world.
It just
Some
doesn't
things
look
aren't
like-
meant to be changed.
See, the thing is, like, watching it, it looks
When will we
really
learn?
bad, but it also doesn't look like it's going to be funny bad. It just looks like it's going to be boring,
Yeah.
except for James Franco. I think James Franco will be pretty much hilarious throughout the whole thing.
James Franco.
I just recently saw the movie 127 Hours with him in it.
Oh, yeah,
No.
I saw that.
How'd you like it?
It was all right. It wasn't bad.
All right, it wasn't bad. Just got, like, Academy Award nomination and shit.
Yeah, I know.
but
but I
then
mean,
so did Juno.
not everything that's gets an award is the best movie in the world. But I mean, it was a good movie.
I thought it was great.
It wasn't my favorite, but it was good. It was good.
I thought it was great.
You thought it was great?
I thought it was fantastic.
No, it was good. It just wasn't my favorite.
It just wasn't your favorite.
No.
Wasn't your favorite?
I hate that phrase when people say that.
Wasn't my
I do have a favorite movie, though.
That is a pet peeve of mine.
I hate it when people say it to me about my movies.
Yeah, because people say it about everything, and it's such an annoying phrase. This is not my favorite.
Not your best, but you've done better.
Well, why can't somebody have a favorite movie?
Well, you can. It's just, how does that help describing a movie when saying it's not your favorite? There's one movie in the world that's not your favorite. And so, what do you think of Citizen Kane? It's not my favorite. What do you think of Planet Apes? It's not my favorite.
Then what is your favorite movie?
So you have one favorite movie, and then everything else you describe is not your favorite.
I don't want to know.
But there could be a movie that replaces a favorite.
Yeah, there could be. And so when you watch a movie, it's like, was it a good movie? It's not my favorite.
Well, like for the longest time, my favorite movie was Road Trip, and then it got replaced.
Really?
Yeah, Road Trip was my favorite movie,
Of course it was.
and then it got replaced by Superbad,
Oh, good.
and now Superbad is my favorite movie.
Well, that's an improvement, but still. It's your favorite
I think I liked Road Trip because we saw it my senior years, the last day of school. We got out early, and like a bunch of us went to the movies and we saw it, and so maybe that's plus Tom Green was in it. I liked Tom Green at the time, so
Yeah, Tom Green was cool. Have you seen his tweets?
no.
He takes himself so seriously. He's so boring. It's so sad.
so hard to tell if he's...
No. It can't be a bit.
See, Tom Green is the kind of person who would do a long-term bit like this.
Yeah, but it's not working out.
No, but see, that could be part of the bit, though. I don't know. I'm thinking... I used to think it was a bit. I'm leaning more towards it not being a bit now.
No, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of him. I've seen enough of his live show.
Yeah.
Because I used to think it was a bit, and
Yeah,
It's
I'm leaning way more towards it not being a bit now.
he's just gone insane, and he's like a conspiracy theorist too. So all his tweets are like
Oh, good.
about moon landing and
Just
stuff
asking
like that.
questions. Just asking questions.
Yeah, like he'll do like political tweets. Like that's what I'm gonna listen to.
Tom
The
Green.
guy who masturbated a horse.
I'm a farmer.
I think I put poop on the end of a microphone.
Yeah, he did. He did a lot of things. Ah, he was so great.
What happened, Tom? Come
I
on.
hope I don't get old. I don't want to get old.
Robert's gonna
that's
be
what's
the same when he's 80 years old.
I'm gonna go crazy. Maybe it's because he has one ball. Maybe that's what
Oh,
drove
that's
him
right. I forgot
insane.
about that.
Maybe he has issues. Yeah, I saw him. I saw his stand-up last year, and he explains in great detail with the surgery they did on his ball. Like,
I think I saw it enough when they did it. The whole episode.
Yeah.
You gotta own it. You gotta own your pain.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, the comment section on the Chaos Pony thing seems to have gone missing, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, you used to be able to comment on the page, but now you can't, and I have no idea why that went away. If anybody knows why something on Libsyn, like the
It's a
comments,
mystery.
would disappear, email me and let me know.
Where have the comments gone?
I've been trying to figure it out because I went in my account and comments are enabled. It's just they disappeared. I'm trying to figure it out. So yeah, I did that. They weren't intentionally removed, and I'm trying to figure out how to get them back.
Find us those comments.
Somebody took them off.
Yeah,
Maybe somebody hacked in there.
yeah. Someone hacked into the Chaos Pony thing to remove the comment section.
Say, you guys are not allowed to have comments. Speaking of getting hacked, did Dean from Jack and Dean, did his, I guess his Twitter and Facebook must have gotten hacked.
Really?
Really? What happened?
Yeah, Dean changed his Twitter name. And, yeah, because I think his Twitter got hacked.
Oh, I didn't know.
How did that
Yeah,
happen?
he has a new Twitter. I think it happened last night because all of a sudden these tweets started going out about how he likes guys and he was gay and he likes sucking on wieners and stuff like that, and so
those are like my tweets.
and then all of a sudden, Jack said Dean's new Twitter account is this. Follow him.
Yeah. That's
weird. My Twitter can be hacked and nobody would even notice.
There were several times I thought your Twitter was hacked, and then I was like, okay. I guess not.
Here's one of Tom Green's new tweets. The military-industrial complex in corporate America are conspiring to take over the world. And watch for the new season of Jersey Shore.
Yep.
Ad.
Sheeple.
There's no way that's serious.
Tom Green can't be taken seriously.
I don't think I read it right. Basically,
I don't know. I think some of it's still bits.
I don't know, man.
He's going full-blown crazy.
We should bring up the topic of the week.
I think it's over. Oh, yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Topic of this week is...
oh, yeah, it's a surprise now.
Birds of the Dominican Republic.
Birds of the Dominican Republic.
Yes. So, Wikipedia has a list of the bird species recorded in the Dominican Republic.
Look at this.
There are 290.
Yes, we're not going to read all 290.
Thank God.
Why not?
We need 279 of them, though.
Boobies?
Oh, yeah. Look at that bird. Boobies.
Yeah.
The mask.
It's like
there's
8
the masked
down,
booby.
so that's the one you went for immediately.
Yes.
Robert and I are thinking the same.
The masked booby. Petrel. The Audubon shearwater. Shearwaters and petrels, storm petrels. I really wish I knew how to pronounce that.
Potos.
Tropic birds, pelicans, boobies, and gannets.
I like the boobies.
Woodpeckers.
There's the brown booby, and the red-footed booby, and the masked booby.
Waxwings.
There's darters, frigid birds.
Take
bitterns,
these broken
herons,
wings.
Egrets.
Learn to fly again.
Storks. Spoonbills, flamingos, ducks, geese, swans. There's the snow goose, the Canada goose, the wood duck, the American widgeon.
A wood duck?
Widgeon. So there's pigeons and widgeons. Awesome. There's mallards, northern pintail. Wow, there's a lot of birds in the Dominican Republic.
Why do people listen to this podcast?
I have no idea. I have no idea. We've gone over 50,000 downloads.
Really?
Yeah.
We've made it.
Yeah, we've hit a marker.
Do we have a sponsor yet?
Nope.
Oh.
We don't have nearly enough listeners for sponsorship yet.
Can you just pay me right out of your pocket?
I've still got to put up the ad because we shot an ad when you were down.
Yeah.
And
when are you gonna do that, buddy?
I'll do that soon. That's when we'll get our big influx of listeners. But
for one episode,
until they realize it's completely crap.
And then I got to make an ad too. I wanted to make an ad while I was up, and we never did.
What ad did you want to make?
An ad for Chaos Pony.
I thought we filmed everything you wanted to do.
No, we didn't.
We filmed one thing. He brought like 5 scripts.
Yeah, then we narrowed it down to 2.
And then we filmed.
And then we only did the 1. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have something to shoot. I have something to shoot next time I come up, at least.
Yeah.
Unless we're doing Dad Cop, then we won't have time.
I saw a movie recently.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Manhattan Murder Mystery.
How was that?
It was really good. It's a Woody Allen film.
Oh really?
It was actually really, really good.
Is it one of his comedy films?
Yeah. It was a comedy. It was a comedy mystery thing. It was about this middle-aged married couple, which was Woody Allen and Diane Keaton, and living in an apartment, and they meet their neighbors, and then the wife neighbor dies of a heart attack, and then Diane Keaton's character slowly suspects that the husband killed the wife, and that it wasn't a heart attack, and so it's this whole mystery thing, but it's pretty funny, and the dialogue and the filming style were, I loved it. It was very natural dialogue.
I'm gonna check it out.
It didn't.
You should
It didn't
too.
sound. The dialogue sounded like real people talking. It didn't sound like movie characters talking.
Cool. Where can you see it? What's Woody Allen's YouTube page?
Woody Allen's YouTube account.
Where
I
did I
got
see
it
this?
Netflix streaming. Actually, it's available there now.
Oh, cool. I'll check it out then.
Yeah, I would recommend it. It was pretty good. I'm a
about-
big Woody Allen fan, though. You have to be a big Woody Allen fan because this movie is very Woody Allen.
Is it better than Battle for the Apes?
I think so. I think
Battle
it is.
of the Apes. Apes.
Battle of the Planet of the Apes.
Whatever.
I saw 2 documentaries yesterday.
2.
2 documentaries back to back.
Which ones?
Only for
I saw-
Columbine?
No. I saw the one about the Sherman Brothers, the 2 brothers who did a lot of the musical songs for some Disney films,
Of course.
as well as
Do you watch anything that doesn't in some way relate to Disney?
sometimes. They also did Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which wasn't a Disney film, and a bunch of other songs and everything like that. It was kind of interesting. These 2 brothers who made these songs and they worked together all the time had like a kind of not really a good relationship with each other, except they worked all the time together. And then
Like me and
the other
Jason.
documentary, like who? What, you and Jason?
Yeah. We don't really like each other.
But at least you live hundreds of miles away.
Yes, that is a godsend.
Thank God.
I had to deal with this asshole every day.
We're always fighting. Try to drown me. Filled his tub up with water and try to drown me in it. Asshole. Come here, Robert. I gotta show you something. Look behind the curtain.
Robert,
What is-
look at the bottom of the bathtub. Look right there.
There's something there.
Asshole. He's trying to kill me all the time. Then he throws a toaster in.
Well, you got to make sure.
I gotta be in the bathtub with the toaster. Didn't work.
You got to make sure you're going to be killed.
Yeah, apparently modern toasters have safety devices for that.
It didn't quite work.
Didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Toaster fuse just sort of shorted before there was any kind of electrical shock.
I'm gonna make a documentary about how Jason's an asshole. My friend Jason's an asshole. The
Well-
Cannes Film Festival.
Cons. So, what was the other movie you watched, Chris?
The other one was called The Human Experience. Mm-hmm. About these 2 brothers and a couple other guys who
You watched 2 documentaries about 2 brothers.
Yeah, it just happened to be like that. But it was actually really good. It was they had 3 experiences. The first one, they lived homeless on the street of New York for I think a week or so, and then they went over to see.
That sounds like a very very middle class thing to do. I got to experience what it's like to be homeless. I'll do it for a week.
Well, except for the fact that these two kids lived they lived in kind of like a home for kids who don't have parents, or kind of like I don't want to say orphanage, but kind of like
an orphanage.
Kind of like an orphanage, except they're older. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so they didn't come from middle class or anything, but and then the second experience, they went to help the orphans of Peru. I believe there's kids who are physically or mentally handicapped are basically left to die by their parents.
Yeah.
So this orphanage picks them up, and then the third one, they saw the lepers in Africa. There's like a leper colony that they visited. It's actually really cool. It was a good.
It might not
was
be
a
really
good
good,
night.
but just listening to you describe it makes me think of just people deciding, okay, what is really sad we could make a documentary about. Here is us surrounded by sadness. Look at these sad things we are experiencing.
You might think
This is sad.
it's like that, but it's not put in a sad way. Like when they went to
This
visit
is
the lepers.
sad and yet inspirational.
It wasn't even that. Like when they went to visit the lepers were actually like, really happy to see them, and because nobody visits them, and they were just everything was like real. The
Not
kids were
many
happy
people
to see
visit
them.
lepers. That's true.
No, nobody wants to visit a leper. So those are my 2 documentaries that I saw yesterday, back to back too. I learned a lot.
You should
much
watch.
learning.
You should watch Dear Zachary.
Dear Zachary.
Yes,
What's that?
it's a very uplifting documentary.
Are you being sarcastic or?
Yeah, it's about the saddest thing I've ever watched in my life.
What's it about?
A letter to a son about his father.
Yeah, so dear Zachary, don't read anymore, Chris, if you want to watch it. But essentially, it's about the film.
Don't read anymore yet. Jason's going to tell me about it.
Well, I'm going to tell you because I don't know how much they give away in the thing, but essentially, it's about a filmmaker whose best friend is murdered, and so his best friend, the filmmaker, is making a movie called Dear Zachary. It's and interviewing all the people that the kid's father knew to kind of have a video to show him when he grows up about who his father was.
That'd be actually kind of cool to see. I think wonder if Netflix has that.
Yeah, it's really depressing. It's really infuriating though.
I just added it to my queue.
There you go.
Unfortunately, it's not.
Chris likes
available
being
streaming.
sad.
I like being sad. Sometimes you want to watch something. Maybe you're in a sad mood or something. I don't know.
Is that a Disney film?
No.
I do have a Walt Disney documentary that I need to watch. I actually have that on DVD.
I bet you do. On DVD.
I'm a huge fan of Walt Disney.
I know.
He's the one person in history. If I get to speak to anybody in history, that'd be the one person I want to speak to. The only person.
I'd want to hang out with Hitler. Because he's like the most
I bet
hated
Disney
guy.
wanted to hang out with Hitler too.
I want
How dare you?
I wanted to. He's like the most hated guy in history, and I want to hang out with that guy. I might get along with him. What an asshole.
The Adventures of Robert and Hitler.
I have no desire to see Hitler.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to be the guy who punches Hitler in the balls. That would be a nice place in history. The guy who punched Hitler in the balls.
Nobody knows who he was.
He's the guy who showed up.
You know how many there were so many attempted assassinations on Hitler's life, and one of them, there were some of them that almost succeeded. But somebody planted a bomb in his podium or behind his podium or something.
Yeah, I saw the movie about that, and they all spoke English.
Wait a minute. Wait, you talking about Inglourious Bastards?
No, that was. Never mind.
Are you making a joke?
No, they made another movie about it. Valkyr. That's
the Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all spoke English.
Yeah, they all spoke English. Yeah.
I mean, I hate reading as much as the next guy, but
I love the movies that start off and like if it's a German, I like where they all start off talking German and then they start talking English like somebody's translating. You know, that kind of they start
the kind of
just switch
filmmaking device to let you know that they're really speaking in another language,
but we're just listening to them in English.
Yeah.
Because we're lucky enough.
I really liked Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
Well, anyway, we should probably move on to the delightful...
It's not my favorite.
Jesus Christ, Robert. Every time I try to move on to another segment...
But he was making a joke. He was making fun of me.
Man, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was making fun of Chris. It's okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
We hate Chris. He's an asshole. You try to kill him, too. I try to kill Chris. Surprised if we weren't so stupid, he'd be dead.
Anyway, let's move on to the delightful and the repugnant.
Not my favorite segment.
Chris, what is your delightful this week?
What's your not favorite of the week?
No, the delightful is my most favorite of the week.
Really?
Isn't that what delightful means?
What is your delightful?
I don't know. The joke. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Chris.
My delightful is I discovered a TV show that they played in Canada called Trailer Park Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that. I see it on Netflix all the time, though.
It's hilarious. Well, I hate to say hilarious. It's funny. It's funny. It's I think it took place in the early 2000. I think 2000, 2001. Mm-hmm. There's a few seasons, and it's shot in like a documentary style about these people who live in a trailer park, and it's really funny. I definitely recommend at least watching a few episodes of it to give it a shot. So, Trailer Park Boys is my delightful.
And what is your
Jennifer doesn't really seem to like it too much, but I like it.
What is your repugnant?
My repugnant is cleaning bugs off my damn truck.
Really?
Every freaking week.
I don't have that problem.
Well, you don't
There's
live in
so many
Florida.
freaking bugs in Florida. The
guess
love
it's a
bugs
Florida thing.
are the worst.
Yeah, we're,
Yeah,
we're,
yeah,
kind
you
of,
have-
we're kind of in a swamp.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
so
cranes
you-
walking around your neighborhood, which I'm not used to.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't have that. We have cats.
I don't like cranes.
We don't have
Cranes
giant
are-
birds.
We have
I
cranes
don't like those
everywhere.
giant because they're about as tall as I am. And any bird that has like a pea-sized brain who's as big as me, I don't trust them.
It's funny. I always forget that there's a lot of idiosyncrasies in Florida that people don't have in the other states. So, like, when Robert saw the cranes, like, oh, you don't have cranes in Texas?
What the hell is that?
There's two giant
Why is
birds
there-
walking around.
Why is there a giant bird walking on the sidewalk?
We
A little fact about cranes is they mate for life.
Yeah. There was probably a couple mates walking around.
Exactly.
And then there's
Couple mates.
fish floating in the air.
Yeah, we got that here in Florida.
Flying fish. Yeah. And love bugs.
It's the moisture.
They're the worst.
Yeah, we have love bugs too.
Love bugs are the worst because they hang around the roadways, and when they smash into your car, their guts actually eat away at your paint, so you got to clean them off right away.
Man, when there was a swarm of love bugs, because they come like it's like every year. There's like that one day that's the love bug day,
It's the worst.
and it's I don't know if this happens in other states, but in Florida we have love bug day. It's basically it's
a national holiday or
it's
state holiday.
almost every year. There's this one day where it's just a giant swarm of love bugs everywhere. It's like you go outside and you can see walls that are just covered with hundreds of love bugs.
White walls look black.
Yeah,
When these,
I mean, just
it's ridiculous.
An insane amount of love bugs that just show up overnight
Christ.
out of nowhere, and by the next day, most of them are gone.
And every time I see the swarm and everything, I'm like, I say the same thing every year. I say, thank God they don't bite.
Yeah,
Could you imagine
you
how
would die.
bad
Everyone would be dead.
Everyone would be dead.
If they
a horror
mutate
movie.
eventually, if they evolve into a biting bug, then everyone is screwed.
There's billions of them here.
I'm gonna give him AIDS and have him spread it.
Great,
I like to put AIDS in things.
Robert. What is your
I
delightful
think-
this week?
Oh, sorry.
My delightful is the song "Bulletproof."
Okay,
My repugnant. I didn't put a lot of thought into it. It's just I just like that song.
okay.
I was listening to it in my car, and I was like, "This is gonna be my delightful." 'Cause I really like this song. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof.
Yeah.
I like all their songs.
What's your repugnant?
My repugnant is live action video game trailers.
Yeah,
they
I
spend,
never
like-
really understood that.
They spend millions of dollars shooting these live action video game trailers.
I don't like video game
And,
trailers in general because all I really want to see is the gameplay.
Yeah, me too. And they could have spent a lot less money on it, just showing us some gameplay. And they would have made me want to buy the game some more. Like, remember those Halo trailers? Those Halo Reach trailers?
Yeah.
The game wasn't like that. It didn't
No.
look like that.
No.
It
Which-
looked like computer animation. It was a
Which-
lie.
Which game trailer used the stars? I think they were all shooting guns. I think one of them was Jimmy Kimmel. Was that Call of Duty?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think,
I
it was for Call
think
of Duty.
Mass Effect 3 has one.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that kind of trailers in general. Which,
I don't get it. I want to see the gameplay.
yeah.
Show me some gameplay, damn it.
Anyway, my delightful this week
I
is
just want to see some gameplay.
my delightful is the
I just want to see some gameplay.
Jesus Christ.
Bulletproof.
We can get through this.
What other song did she do? What was her name? Like La Roux? Can't pronounce her. La
La
Roux. La Roche. La Roux. R-O-U-X.
My delightful
Wow.
is Iron Goddess of Mercy, a tea provided by Intelligentsia Coffee and Tea Company.
You know what else? Oh, yeah, she also did I'm Not Your Toy.
My repugnant is Lipton iced
This
tea,
isn't-
which I used to like, but is disgusting now that I've had good iced tea.
I like the Publix brand iced tea.
So that's the delightful and the repugnant. Now on to world news.
I also like Little Boots. I'm gonna take you out tonight. I'm gonna make you feel alright.
Maybe Robert can take over the singing segment.
I'll go ahead and go first for my news story. Hoboken experiences influx of falafel restaurants.
Oh, Hoboken?
Hoboken.
Hoboken?
Hoboken. Mammon's Falafel on Washington Street between 5th and 6th Street opened this week, but it won't be the only falafel restaurant to open in Hoboken.
Really?
Hoboken.
I don't think it's Hoboken.
I just watched The Cake Boss, and they're in Hoboken, and they said, "Oh, we're in Hoboken."
Hoboken?
It seems like it would be Hoboken, but
Hoboken.
maybe it is Hoboken. I don't know. If anyone knows, email us, and we will correct it on the next show. Down Washington Street, but it won't be the only falafel restaurant to open in Hoboken.
Really?
Down Washington Street, between 6th and 7th Street, 2 other falafel restaurants will rival Mammon's.
Wow.
And Ibby's Falafel will soon open on the block, and a few doors down, Hummus Bar has already set shop for business. Which falafel restaurant will reign supreme? Look out for an update soon. Not much going on in this city, apparently. But they got a bunch of restaurants coming out that serve falafels. So that's my news story.
So, according to Yahoo Answers, it's pronounced Hoboken.
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 Yeah, Hoboken. Hoboken. I like that, Robert. That
Hoboken. I was never a Street Fighter guy. Kid, I mean.
Were you Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
I was Mortal Kombat.
I was Street Fighter.
Yeah,
I
see?
think I was Street Fighter too.
See? But we can still get along barely.
Christopher, what's your news story?
My news story is Kohler is coming out with a smart toilet called Numi.
Kohler Numi. This toilet looks ridiculous.
This toilet is $6,500.
I want that.
You want that toilet?
I don't know what it is, but I want it.
Listen to what it can do.
Where do I sit?
It's a customizable smart
I won't do
toilet.
it right. I won't know how to do it.
It lets you adjust your seat position, the water temperature and pressure, ambient lighting, even audio. Yeah, for when it shoots it up your ass for a bidet.
Oh.
This is my kind of toilet.
It has a
That's how
built-in
they should
music
describe
system.
it in the marketing features for when it shoots it up your ass like a bidet.
Well, that's what a bidet does. It shoots water up your ass. That's what the Europeans. I think the Europeans use bidets regularly.
Yeah.
I think they know what they're talking about. It could go on a side note here, because think about it. Say when you go outside and say you get mud on your hands, how do you take? Do you take a piece of paper and like try to rub the mud off your hands,
No,
do you rub it underwater?
Yeah.
So I think they know what they're doing with the bidets. But anyways,
this one Japanese restaurant has a bidet. Surprised me.
Did you use it?
Surprised me. I didn't mean to. Whoa! What's going on?
Are you sure it just wasn't when you flushed a toilet the backsplash? Because that's the worst.
No, it went up my ass.
And then you sat there for another 3 hours.
Yeah, I did it again. I broke their toilet and they kicked me out. You know what? You decided like when Jason decided when I make enough money, I'm gonna buy a ball chair. When I make enough money, I'm gonna buy one of these toilets.
You gonna buy one of these?
Yeah, because it looks really confusing, and I want
it. It also has a heated seat and a foot warmer.
Where do I put my shit?
There's a motion controlled seat, and the lid can automatically open when you approach it and close when you leave.
Nice.
There's a tripping bar of, I guess there's a light bar that I guess illuminates the floor to the side of the toilet. It automatically flushes. There's a couple of flush cycles. There's a water efficient that uses 0.6 gallons, and there's a super flush that uses 1.28, and the flushing is extremely quiet.
I'm gonna need a super flush, especially with all the wings that I eat.
Exactly. But yeah, $6,300 is
A lot
the
of shit humor
list
in this
price.
episode.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna give me one of those someday.
So yeah, when everyone looks at the picture of this thing, you're right. I have no idea where you put your business.
I'm gonna get one of those just so when my friends come over, I want to
How do
tell
you
them
use
about
this
it.
thing?
Like
They're gonna end up shitting on your floor.
just guess. That's what I did.
Robert, what's your news story
That
this
looks like
week?
something else. It's not as good as that. That was a good find, Chris.
That was a good find.
I now have
Thank you.
my life has meaning. So anyway, this Australian pastry shop got in trouble for making Nazi cakes.
What?
Yeah, apparently there's like a law against Australian laws bans the glorification of the Nazi era and any attempt to diminish, deny, or justify the Holocaust. Apparently you can't do that. He's facing jail time.
Wow.
Yeah.
But look at that cake.
Looks is Hitler trying to bust out of the ground? Is that what that
I guess
is?
he is. He's coming back.
He's coming back
Zombie
through
Hitler.
a cake.
He's gonna finish the fight. Hitler 2.
I love how countries over there, they try to basically forget the fact that
Shouldn't we
this ever
remember-
happened. They just don't talk about it.
Shouldn't we
I think-
remember that it happened?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You people learn a lot by
You don't want to
Looking at history.
accidentally start another Holocaust.
exactly
You know?
because we talk about America's bad times. You know, we talk about slavery. We talk about
Although there are large groups in the United States who try to have people not talk about that. In fact, there was a big movement to get all mentions of slavery taken out of textbooks in the South.
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be wrong.
Yeah.
In the South.
Weren't,
Yeah,
weren't
it's
they-
only in the South.
yeah.
Huh.
They're trying to
Probably
they're trying
mostly,
to present a more Confederate-friendly view of history.
The South will rise again.
Yeah.
Wow. So that was the news.
That was world
Wait.
news.
Man,
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to
that's
segue
right.
into the intro music. Just
Okay,
for once.
fine, do it.
That was world news. That was fun.
You did a great job.
I've been wanting to do that for like 2 months now.
There you go. You did it.
2 months. That's a long time.
It's
So
11
what's
yeah.
we have a new segment, Robert.
Yeah, it's a new segment. It's called Robert Invents a Word. All right,
Robert
so the
invents a word.
word I invented, the first word I invented for this segment is called Trupkin.
Chupkin.
It's where you stick your tongue up a car's ass.
What?
It's where
How do you
Trupkin.
spell this word, Robert?
T
Mm-hmm.
R
Mm-hmm.
U
Mm-hmm.
P K I N.
Okay, Trupkin. That's where you
Trupkin.
stick your tongue up a car's ass.
John, what were you doing last night? Oh, I was just doing some Trupkin.
Where do you when you stick your tongue up a car's ass? Where are you sticking your tongue?
I would imagine a tailpipe.
Yeah. Oh, that's how I do it. Like I was in a Walmart grocery store. And I saw this car and I thought, man, I'd really like the Trumpkin that car.
The segment was probably a bad idea.
So that's what
Trupkin.
is. So that's your word.
There we go. Robert invents a word. The new segment on Chaos Pony. This is turning out well. I can't wait for next week's word.
How am I
You have,
gonna
you have a whole week to prepare for it, Robert.
Trupkin was actually pretty great. I
came up
could
with
see
that,
that being used.
I came up with that. That's why I was so quiet during the first part of the episode. 'Cause I didn't even know about this freaking segment until right before we started recording.
Yeah.
Good one, Jason.
Well, let's move on to the Order of the Pony update. The Order is pleased to announce that the Cloud is once again under control, and only 7 members from our ranks fell to its power, a significant improvement over its previous 18th century resurrection. We would also like to thank our Magenta containment team for their quick response, although the method of containment they chose unfortunately means that the cloud is likely to return within the next 50 years. A task force has been formed to determine a more long-term solution. However, in the meantime, they recommend that you eat as little grapefruit as possible and remember to have your medication on hand if another cloud emergency happens to occur. In other news, our new Grandmaster, name withheld, was unfortunately one of the cloud's victims. So the Order is once again looking for a new replacement. For anyone who doesn't remember, we have a couple of Grandmasters. It goes Overseer, High Overseer, Grand Priest, High Grand Priest, Grandmaster, High Grandmaster, and then Grand Commander. And we are now down one Grand Commander. No, Grandmaster. Excuse me. We are now down one Grandmaster. So, hopefully they'll have a new one picked soon, and we'll get back to business as usual. That's the Order of the Pony update.
It's all just a bunch of politics.
It is politics. I'm pretty sure name withheld only got the position because of he was willing to change his name to name withheld.
Probably.
Let's move on to email. We have some emails this week. We have an email from Mars. It says, what is going on?
That's my... Hold on a second.
Anyway, the email from Mars is, we've enjoyed the show for a while now and find it very entertaining, but we have some more questions. I don't know who we is.
You're speaking for a collective group of people.
How do you guys record the audio? We have these blue Yeti microphones, and we record over Skype, and everyone records their own audio, and then I cut them all together afterwards. How do you guys talk to each other in real time? That's Skype again. And finally, what time of day do you guys record the podcast? Usually just during the day, like 2, 3, 4. Thank you guys for reading our questions, and hopefully answering them on the episode.
Who are these people?
I don't know. Martians, I guess. We have an email from Macho. Hello, Jason, Chris, and Robert. My girlfriend and I are great fans of your show. We both have tremendously good taste. Jason clearly has an obsession with building stuff out of meat dragons, meat organs. What would you all build if you had a ton of meat? Sincerely, Machu. Bet you can't pronounce my name right. I think it's Machu. I think
Matsu?
What
if it's Matsu?
No, I think it's Machu, but I could be wrong.
I would build a meat boy.
Meat Boy. Oh, yeah, from the game.
I'll just build a huge hamburger and eat it.
I don't know. I do a lot of meat jokes, but I'm a vegetarian. I probably wouldn't build anything.
Yeah, why do you do so many meat jokes if you're a vegetarian?
I find it funny.
Maybe because you're constantly thinking of meat. Maybe you shouldn't be a vegetarian anymore.
No, I mean, I use it usually in a horror context, though. Meat dragon, meat organ, things that I would imagine would be disgusting and to encounter in life.
You're slowly trying to convince people that meat is disgusting.
This is my secret my secret agenda is exposed here. maybe if I say meat organ, people will stop eating meat.
Just because you're doing that, I think I'm going to have 3 hamburgers tonight, trying to make up for your lack of eating hamburgers, and I will somehow get the gout.
Yeah, you see, you know those jokes that you hear as a cashier, like I guess it's free. The I'm going to eat an extra hamburger thing is also things that vegetarians hear from literally everyone they know. I've heard that joke from my brother, from various cousins, from every single friend I've ever had.
I don't think I've ever said that.
No, actually, Robert doesn't do hacky jokes.
I don't.
Robert actually eats enough meat to make up for it anyway. He doesn't have to joke about it. He makes up for it in eating chicken wings all the time.
No, I make rape jokes. Speaking of which, follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, you get your daily dose of rape jokes.
Rape jokes and racist comments.
Yeah, it's just all racism and rape jokes on Robert's Twitter.
That's when I thought you're. Every single time I think you're getting hacked. Somebody must be typing on. It must be Sammy or something.
No,
next email from Ethan Moose White. What were your favorite shows, movies as a kid? What was our favorite shows or movies as a kid?
When I was a kid, I used to watch Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
Yeah, the one with the Transformers are animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beast Wars. And
I was a big fan of all the Nicktoon stuff, like Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy.
Doug.
I watched. Do you remember the Dennis the Menace cartoon?
Dexter's Laboratory.
That and G.I. Joe's what I watched.
You remember Snick, Big Orange Couch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, I didn't have
that was explains it all.
Wasn't it for like the big kids?
Snick.
Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have cable, so the only time was when I would go to my grandparents'
Chris
house.
had to watch Arthur.
Wait, Arthur came on later on in life. In my life, even though I was a little, I think I did see that though, but it was later on in my life. I think I just saw it just because it was funny.
I used to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse. Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you? That guy has just a crazy voice.
And the Rugrats.
Rugrats.
It's the Rugrats rap.
I think I used to watch the Muppets or something like that.
The Muppets?
The Muppets.
I didn't watch the Muppets. That's like
Muppet
that's what my
Babies.
I remember the Muppet Babies, but I think my parents watched the Muppets when they were kids.
Yeah, I love the Muppets.
The Muppet Show tonight.
Yeah, Muppets tonight.
Does anybody remember the Critic?
Yeah, that was good.
It wasn't a kid's show, but
No.
I just thought of it.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Squiggly lines cartoon.
No. The one with John Lovitz, where he's a film critic.
Yeah, you're thinking of Cats, Dr.
Yeah,
Katz.
Dr. Katz. Yeah, that show too.
Yep.
Oh.
I watched Dr.
Beavis
Katz
and
again
Butthead.
recently, and I forgot how bad the art was. It was awful, but that show was funny. So
Did you guys watch Beavis and Butthead?
not really, actually.
Yes.
That was a show that for some reason I never saw.
That was actually my main show. I don't even know how I guess I was just trying to think of kids shows.
That's one of the few shows that everyone watched that I for some reason missed.
I have like
You remember
the box
the
set
movie?
with all the
Remember
episodes.
Daria?
I have the movie. Daria, that was the spin-off.
You're standing
from
on my neck.
La 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 la. Yeah, that was a spin-off from Beavis and Butthead.
La 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 la.
Did you hear that they're actually bringing Beavis and Butthead back?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah,
They're bringing it back this summer.
Back to MTV?
Yeah. Back on
That'd be
TV.
cool. Nope.
I'm going to be watching
nice.
that.
I'm waiting for
It's
South
like
Park to come out of their hiatus.
MTV's coming out of their coming to their senses finally.
Mm-hmm.
MTV has
South
changed.
South Park's on a hiatus.
Crazy. Oh, they do that. What, 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off, or something like that?
No, it's longer than that. Because they have 2 groups of episodes a year. So
they're going to be doing their.
I guess they're coming back eventually. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about them being canceled at all.
No, I mean they've got a contract for another couple of years. It's just it's most of the year they're not running episodes because they only run 2 small groups of episodes a year.
Hundreds of
How much
millions
longer?
of
How much longer
dollars.
do you think? How much longer do you think The Simpsons are going to be on for?
As long as it's still making money, it'll be on forever.
They should have ended it like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
How many years has it been? 20? Has it been 20 years?
it's been forever.
It's been it's been about 21, 22 years.
Oh my
About
god!
22 years.
You run out of story ideas.
Yeah. Well, they have.
Just rehash
Yeah, I actually
everything.
watched a more recent episode of The Simpsons a few weeks ago, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, it
Just-
started
it's not
in
the-
'89.
It's not the same.
It's changed a lot.
It
Well,
ended,
yeah, I mean it's of course it's going to change after being on for decades, but
but it changed for the worse.
well, here's the thing. Like, I don't think, like watching it, I don't think the new episodes are bad. It's just like they would work better if it was like the second season of a show or something. It's just they've had so many episodes that every single episode they have now, every joke has been done in some form.
They're not going to be your favorite.
You guys are busting my balls on that.
Busting my balls. Breaking my
busting my balls.
We gotta understand, that's something that every internet person hears all the time on every video they ever release. So.
Yeah, breaking my balls.
This isn't my favorite.
This was funny, but I'm sorry, but it wasn't my favorite.
It was good. It's not my favorite.
It's something different. Well, it's something different when you're telling the actual creator that this isn't my favorite.
No, but it's a comment that adds nothing.
But it had something. It means something to me.
No, it doesn't. It logically think about the words as to whether that's because essentially it's like trying ice cream and being like, this is good, but it's not the greatest ice cream that was ever made.
Well, you can say it because
what else are you adding?
Ice cream.
What are you adding when you say that?
Well, then you can say my favorite ice cream is.
No, it's like it's.
Don't defend these people, Chris.
It's like you see a building and you're
I'm
like,
not defending the people who tell this to you. I'm not defending the people who say directly to the creator. I'm just saying.
It's a statement that doesn't actually add anything about your opinion. Every movie except for one is not going to be your favorite movie. But I mean, think about it. Think about how little this actually adds about your opinion when you say that about something.
Then how should I state my opinion then?
Well, you state your opinion of what you thought about the movie. You don't have to, but that qualifier at the end doesn't add anything to your statement.
It was good.
So just say 127 Hours was a good movie.
Well, you can say you enjoyed it, what you enjoyed about it, what you didn't enjoy about it. But yeah, not my favorite. I just hate that line.
Maybe you could say it was wasn't. It was overhyped. I don't know, something like that. I don't think it was, but overrated.
Well, it's just that I wanted to state my opinion across that it was I liked the movie, but I didn't want to put it like in my top tier of movies that I really like.
Well, you could even say like of the movies I've seen this year, it's not in my top 10.
Yeah, I would say that.
That's a statement that at least adds some sort of. But saying it's not my favorite.
I'll say I'll put 127 Hours. It's not in my top 5. Because I'll say I'll make it up to the top 10, but it's not my top 5.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And it's not my favorite.
On that note, I think we're done for this episode.
One more.
No.
One more.
We got to stop that. There's too many ongoing jokes.
One.
There are no more
Isn't a joke.
more emails?
I want to read one more.
There's some emails, but we've got over an hour already.
Come on.
Yeah, but I don't think we talked. We kept on talking about my favorite comment.
Quick answer, please. We'll do a quick answer.
He'll find
a good one.
It's gonna be quick.
From Solomon. Hello to the Jello, Jason. I have a question for all of you, and bear with me here. Why did racist people who hated any other race rape, then kill the other races? For example, the Holocaust. Racist Nazis would find these Jewish people and torture, rape, and kill them. Why would you sleep with something that you hate? I know it seems dark, but I really want to know what your opinions are on this.
Well, that was a pretty.
There you
Good
go.
night, everybody.
You wanted another email.
Well, I actually have an opinion on this.
Well, rape is more about violence than it is sexual gratification.
It's more about power.
It's violent.
Yeah, it's power and violence.
I would know.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
I didn't think we're gonna end the show on a dark.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you guys make me read another email.
Okay.
When you couldn't have found one that says like what our favorite.
Well, we'll see you next week, everyone.
I don't want to read any more emails.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. We will
bulletproof.
Bye, everyone.
You know what song I'm talking about, right?
You've been listening to Chaos Pony, the official podcast of the Order of the Pony. You can write to us at orderofthepony@gmail.com.